So one of the goals I have this summer is just to communicate better than I ever have before, really in every area of my life, Crispin basketball included. So I have started with our summer leagues and our shooting club and some different things we have going on. But with this summer league, want to communicate with you at least one time a week, sometimes two, with just what I see and why I enjoy this league so much. And we'll start today. It's hard to overstate how much enjoyment I find just simply watching kids engage with the game of basketball. I believe in it so much. I believe it's neglected at almost every level of play today in the way we approach youth sports. And I've commented to a few people just how much joy I find in realizing 9 years ago we started with just 50 kids making something up with 3-on-3 for young kids. And now here we are all the way up through ninth grade and playing with a shot clock at a beautiful facility at Total Turf with various age groups, and I got my kids working and college kids working, and all sorts of fun. And it's great to see kids engage in the game. Naturally, it's not the most incredible basketball that you're going to see, and that's kind of the point. I guess that leads to my 2 points for today. I mean, number one, I love seeing kids get tired playing the game of basketball. I think there's a lot of leagues and a lot of situations where you have kids there and you play in a structure that really doesn't fatigue kids and put them in a situation where they have to get in better shape. Being the first night and the first week, I always note 48 minutes of running clock might not seem like a lot, but it adds up. And a little longer courts for the older guys, kids will fatigue, which is great to get tired playing the game of basketball. They feel like they did something. There's something worthwhile and rewarding in that. And the second thing is I love seeing kids self-organize. You have some teams where kids know each other, other teams maybe they don't. But I love seeing kids have an opportunity to solve their own problems and to solve their own puzzles. One of the things we try to do is to create an environment where the coach can't really overcoach. They don't have timeouts to call. They don't have plays and sets to run. They can give their kids a little bit of instruction, of course, at the quarters. Those are the natural timeouts, and maybe from the sidelines, maybe they give them something that they want to focus on or can work on. But on the whole, these are games that are given over to the kids, and that's important. I think oftentimes, I tell people we want to create better puzzle solvers. But if coaches over and over and over again solve the puzzles for the kids, it's no wonder that kids don't find the game overly engaging, and it's no wonder that they don't improve as much as parents and coaches think they should. So when you put them into different situations, you put them in an environment where they're free to make mistakes, they're free to self-organize, good things can happen. Now that being said, I'll give you a couple tips of just some things on the week. I think with younger ages, it's really pretty relaxed. I mean, we want the kids to engage in the game and communicate and try new things and dribble around and fire away. But as the kids get older, there are things you can do to maybe create a wise constraint that teaches them in the midst of this game you want them to own. And one of the simplest things that I do at every level of play is use a ball clock. And essentially what that means is players get a 3 seconds with the ball. Sometimes we do even 2, but that's pretty quick. 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, you got to pass it, shoot it, or throw it out of bounds. But you only get 3 seconds with the ball. 1, 2, 3, the ball moves. 1, 2, 3, the ball moves. This is the rhythm of offense. So something you can do is create that constraint. It might not be for the whole game, but it might be just for 1 quarter. As a parent or a volunteer coach, you say, hey, we're going to play this 1 quarter with a 3-second ball clock. And see how it goes. You could also give them one area of emphasis, like getting back in transition or shooting open threes to see how many you can make. Any number of challenges you can give them to switch it up and engage in the game. It's a way of teaching them something without them even feeling like you're teaching them something. So, again, you want to give the game over to the kids, but there are certain ways that you can do that, and that's a simple way that you could maybe apply throughout the summer. As you know, we have one referee. We shoot one shot for 2 points. We often don't give kids the N1. We keep the game moving It does make them tired, but it's also the emphasis is on the action. The emphasis is on the puzzle solving and the game shots you want them to take. But there are wise ways that you can engage with them that makes them get more out of the hour they have on the court. Again, my son, he's in 5th grade, going into 6th grade, and he mentioned to me in the first hour, Dad, this definitely is not like the weekends. And that made me feel good, because the weekends are often when parents and coaches and referees and young players lose their minds in an over-intense and over-adult directed environment. So we want to provide kids with the exact opposite. It'll never be perfect, but I commend you for being positive and creating that environment tonight. So we look forward to more as the summer progresses. Thanks again.